And next up, we have Nothing But Bones, The Wasteland, written by J. Curran. It is 405 pages, $3.88. It is available on Kindle Unlimited. And here's the author's description. After the exodus of all life, our galaxy is left empty and desolate, but in the absence of life, undead energy surges. Millennia after the last humans fled the galaxy, only the dead are left to roam the Earth. On this barren wasteland, Solus awakens. With no memories or even a personality, he is cast into a dangerous world. He will need to learn fast if he is to keep his new existence, for he is not alone. Okay, I think the novel description and the cover art, although I like the cover art, it doesn't do much to tell you what the story is about. It gives you kind of a gist of things. This is a LitRPG Monster Evolution story, where the main character is a skeleton minion on a post-apocalyptic Earth. He becomes awakened or gains sentience and is given an RPG interface in which he sees his character sheet stats and gets information about how to survive. The first 10% of the story was actually kind of slow for me, and it happens the way that it gets kind of happens, as the main character is just awakening, and so he has a limited perception and limited ability to perceive and understand the world around him and why things work the way they do. And a lot of that first 10% is just him kind of having a monologue about what's happening to him, and it's very kind of isolated. So I think kind of went on probably about 5% too long for me, and I started to get a little bored with it. But after that 10% mark, when the main character actually starts doing his evolutions and you get other characters in the story, the pacing really picks up, and the story kind of expands to you get more world building. The story gets bigger with different undead factions vying for power and controlling their brethren, and yet it's entertaining. The big draw remains reading about in the story of the fights and the possible evolutions of the main character that he contains as he grows in power and gains resources. So good stuff if you like the Monster Evolution. If you like read monster stories, you're probably gonna like this. So I'm not classifying as read monster. I guess there's no human being reincarnated or reborn or anything. It's really just like a monster that already exists on this plane, but he's still doing that kind of monster evolution thing. On the game mechanics side of things, absolute LitRPG. Reader gets regular progression stuff. You see stats and skills and all that's shown to the audience and the reader, and you get to see kind of a gamer-like mentality in the main character deciding how he's going to grind up the requirements for his next evolution, and weighing the pros and cons of each possible one, which is always kind of the fun part of this kind of story. I'll note that in kind of a later section of the story, some of the RPG mechanics, the notification the character disappears for story reasons. I'm not going to spoil why. I just personally hope that he comes back in future books, because that's definitely a key component to this being LitRPG. Overall, it's a good story. Again, once you kind of get past that 10% mark, and if you don't mind the slice of life storytelling. So I enjoyed it. Gets a good solid score of 7.5 out of 10, which is a good score for me. Nothing But Bones, The Wasteland, with the score 7.5 out of 10.